Good evening. It's Wednesday, July 29th, 2020. It's Marshall McLean, president of LA Airport Peace Officers Association. Just wanted to address you guys with this quick video, just to go over the statement that we released earlier today in regards to Director Maggard and our displeasure with his leadership and our call for action from the Airport Commission, and if need be, City Council and the Mayor's office. So it's time to go. In these times of unrest and economic uncertainty and racial division in this country, it's time to make some tough choices, some tough decisions. The police union and both LAXPD have done a good job putting their money where their mouth is. Not only are our rank and file officers made up of minorities that reflect an international airport that we serve. Just last year, our police force welcomed the first African American police chief. We did have an African American back in the 80s. At that time, wasn't the classification of police chief. So as far as reflecting our community, I think we've done that. LAXPD has done its part, however, with these advances. We're also, unfortunately, wedded to the past. The Deputy Executive Director, David L. Maggard Jr., to whom our Police Chief Cecil Rhambo reports to, is guided by a philosophy of a bygone era, and therefore he's curbing the strides that we've made, and everyone understands that his leadership style doesn't work. The complexities of being a police officer and being a minority in this country at this time is clearly lost on David Maggard. He sought to diminish, undermine not just the police union, but even our police chief and the future leaders of our organization, of our police department. He's shown a disregard for the input of a very experienced and respected chief of police who has a long history in policing and public service for the county of Los Angeles and Sheriff's Department and other cities like Compton, and that he's served there as well. But even outside that, Director Maggard has gone far in this regard to marginalize him, and as well as the selections that and promotions that the chief has made since his short time here. Instead of attempting to foster that, David Maggard has attempted to continually promote or engage in the ideology of bringing more people either from Orange County or from outside of airport police, because he believes that would be a better fit. In contrast to Chief Rhambo's merit-based choices, who happen to be minorities, for some reason David Maggard thinks that it's better to bring more Caucasians from Orange County into the county of Los Angeles and work in the city of LA with absolutely no history or background for the county, the city, or the airport. The disturbing part with Maggard is more discriminatory lawsuits, like I have here. These lists have been filed more involving him in than any other time with any other police chief in the history. If you combine them all, they won't amount to the amount that have been filed or in the process of being filed against the city, Los Angeles Airport Police, and David Maggard. So his leadership style has been unsuccessful, to put it mildly. LAAPOA, which is a proud organization, it's a proud police department. We brought these concerns to the executives at the airport, as well as the Airport Commission, once we learned of it. We'd advised them that none of these lawsuits were filed by the union, but in fact by individuals. But instead of truly looking into this, the idea was to just go forward with the status quo and say that there was no pattern that they could find in regards to this. I know for a fact that the insurance premiums for the airport have gone up as a result of the number of lawsuits that have been filed in this short amount of time. So the former CEO of LAAPOA, unfortunately resigned last year. She is now in Canada doing some great things there. She was undervalued. She also was African American. And we're hoping that our chief doesn't get frustrated and leave as a result of this style of leadership and mismanagement. And quite simply, a change needs to be made. Send a signal not just to the airport police rank and file, but to the airport as a whole, that the leadership of LAXPD at this monumental time in policing and public safety in American history, and for those who aren't listening, it's time for them to go too. Time for changes now, and we're not going to stop until Maggard's gone, until this thing changes. So that's what this message was about. There's more to come. Thank you for your time.